Hi guys, how are you all doing? Today I want to talk to you about something that's pretty close to my heart, and that is the Microsoft Surface range. I've got a long history with Microsoft Surface, and that dates pretty early doors. I've been using a lot of these devices. In the beginning, my relationship with Microsoft was absolutely brilliant, and that ranges all the way to going down to Microsoft HQ, which I did videos about. Going down and talking to them about user experience, playing on the Surface Studio 1, which I even helped The Verge review, and I even talked to Microsoft about flying over to Dubai and helping showcase the Surface Pro 4 when that was first launched. Yeah, how cool would that have been, right? Now I can't even get Microsoft to return direct messages. Yeah, that's how far that relationship has gone downhill. Why? Well, I think it all has something to do with the fact that I'm not overly nice about the Surface N-Trig stylus. Yeah, it's not one of the best pens on the market, and I've been honest about this fact. So, what next? Well, for me, I still love my Surface devices. And I think there's a lot of merit in these devices, and I think they're absolutely great, and they have influenced the mobile devices that are out there today for creators like you and me. But I think they could also have a few things changed that would make them vastly superior to the devices they are today. With that in mind, I'm going to take one of my favourite Surface devices, the Surface Book 1 with performance base, which really is a really good device, and I'm going to turn that into an even better device with a few simple tricks that you can also do to something like the Surface Pro 3, the Surface Pro 6, the Surface Book 2. You could do this to any Surface device and it will make it instantly better. So if you have a Surface device, this will also work on, most other mobile devices, and it will make these devices better as well. So stick with me, watch these simple tricks, and feel free to let me know in the comments below what you think. Let's turn this Surface Book 1 with performance base into what I think the Surface Book 3 should be. Microsoft, if you are listening, take a note, because this seriously is the feedback that I think you should be listening for the Surface Book 3. So I've got my Surface Book here, and I've got some of the things that I need as well. First thing I've got here, these are very cool. I'm going to come back to these. These are for my keyboard, and they're also giveaways. So yeah, we'll come back to these. These are going to be the last thing that I kind of do. Very cool, but yeah, we'll come back to that, and that's a giveaway later on in the video. Here we go. This is the next thing that I want to show you. This is Sugru mouldable glue. Again, very exciting, but again, we will come back to that in a moment. Pop that there. I'll have to keep this over here just so I can get it in shot. That is huge. How do I even get that in shot? That's how big that is. That is an LCD privacy screen protector. Look at the size of that. Let me crack this open. I have never used one of these before. I have never wanted to use one of these before, and I have avoided using one of these over all time. I will state that right now. I do not like the idea of screen protectors. Matte screen protectors, the idea of it, I hate that. I actually got this one free with a drawing tablet that came in for review. I didn't use it on it because I just don't like the idea of matte screen protectors. So, that said, put the box to one side, and we're going to go with it. We're just going to try it. Like I said, this is a positive vibes video. So next thing, I'm going to detach that, take the pen away, and I'm going to bring in some cleaning gear and just quickly clean my screen properly. I mean, realistically, we have to make sure that this screen is the cleanest it's ever been, because it's about to have a screen protector on it. I only have one of these. I suggest if you are going to do this, you might want to buy 2 screen protectors. Now, I am using this one because this is the one that I have in-house, already in the studio. Now, you will probably be better off buying one specifically to the size that you need. I am being a crazy man at this particular junction in time and using an oversized one which I will cut down. I don't know whether that's going to be a good idea or a bad idea. The good thing is I get to take that particular chance and you get to watch and see if that works or not. We will find out. This is the most awkward thing I have ever done. So there you go, the screen protector's finally on. It's not as matte as I'd like, and yes, as you can see, there are some bubbles. If I'd have had a little more time and this wasn't an off-the-cuff kind of video, I would have bought a more specialised screen protector and definitely not just pulled one out of the cupboard. But as far as it goes, I think the pen actually does feel nicer on the screen. One of the reasons I didn't like this this kind of gloss screen that the Surface has is because the rubber tipped pen of the Surface kind of really grates on that gloss screen, and after a while of use the Surface pen nib heats up and kind of you can really feel the friction. Hopefully with that screen protector on it'll just feel a little easier there. I can already feel that now, you know, kind of there with this screen protector, even though it's not the ideal screen protector I would want. So I think a better matte screen protector would definitely work. Seriously though, I would really go and buy about 4 matte screen protectors before doing this, because I almost came out in a cold sweat trying to get this right. It's not easy. Unless you're a qualified screen protector engineer, then you're not going to get this on without a single bubble. It's really hard, guys. Yeah. Moving on to the second thing now. This. So how do you stop a Surface pen from being so straight up and down? Because my main gripe, I mean, I can live with a gloss screen, but my main gripe is just this. When you compare this to this, my favourite stylus, currently the Wacom Pro Pen 2, or what I'm actually holding, which is the Pro Pen 3D, which actually I think I prefer this, the Pro Pen 3D with the eraser button here at the bottom. The shapes are very different. I mean, look at that. You've just got this more flute-like shape. It's easier to grip. Those buttons are, I know instinctively without looking at the pen where they are. This, however, I'm having to search. I don't even know which side it is. I like the hexagonal shape, but, you know, where is that button? Which side is it on? It's so flat. I know why. The whole reason of this is because it's magnetic and it simply snaps to the side. Ka-chink, right there. That's great. I love that. But that's more for business people who are going to be throwing it in their bags, moving around. I can sacrifice the magnetic bit. I'd rather have a button that works. For right now, I'm more interested in just having a pen that works. I don't mind it not being magnetic. So, I'm going to take this stuff. Sugru. Mouldable glue. I don't know if you've seen this stuff, but it's amazing. I've been trying it out lately. And yeah. Comes in lots of different colours. You can get packs of just black and white. They do tools. They even do alphabet stuff. It's pretty cool. Think of it like Play-Doh, but once it goes hard, it stays hard. You make lots of different things out of it. But for right now, I'm going to pick a colour. Let's go with red, since I'm wearing a red jumper today. There you go. And we're going to change the pen a bit. I'm going to make that button a bit bulkier. And yeah, I'm not going to do too much to it. I'm not going to make it wacky or strange. I'm just going to make it a bit more user-friendly. I'd like to keep the pen magnetic, but we'll just see what we can do. So here we've got the Microsoft Surface Pen. It's straight up and down, and the button, as I mentioned, is pretty hard to use. Unlike the Wacom stylus here, which has a bit more of a shape to it, we're going to change that with the Sugru mouldable glow here. Right, I've also got some warm water with a little bit of washing up liquid in it. So let's crack this open. Okay, so I've chosen red as the colour that I want to use. This stuff's pretty straightforward. I'm going to just take a tiny bit of it. I don't even need that much. Really, what I want to do first of all is just take the tiniest amount like that. And see, I've only got a tiny bit there on the end of my finger. And I really just want to make that button bigger. Gonna dip my finger there in the water, which is, I'm dealing with an electrical device, so I've got to be careful. I actually might want less than that, so I'm going to take some off. Start small. Now what I have to hand is a surgical scalpel. You might not have this. Pretty straightforward instrument if you're an artist, but you might have something else, just a sharp knife will also do. The water's important because think of this like Play-Doh. It's easier to use if it's slightly wet, and it takes 24 hours to set. Once it's set, I can actually carve it a little. You can see already it's raised a little. So it looks like a mess, but I have got a bigger button. But I do just want to add to it a bit at a time. I don't want to make the button huge, I just want to make it a bit bigger than it is. So like I said, this takes 24 hours to dry. And once it dries solid, it's heat resistant, and it'll be a pretty red colour. So I'll have a very unique surface device. But the good thing is, this should still be magnetic, and it should be slim enough that I can place it back onto the surface once I'm done with it. It should still hold the device. I've not made the button so thick that it won't clamp on still. However, I am just adding more on now, so we don't know if that will change. The thing for me is to have a usable button. If I lose that magnetic ability, then I'm not bothered. I'd rather have a usable pen. If you remember the days when we had a Surface Pro 3, we had a little felt strap where the pen kind of clipped on to the felt cover of the keyboard, and that was really cool. I could just get another felt loop. There we go. So I've bulked up the front of the button now with the Sugru, and I think that is going to be a lot more usable. Let me know what you think in the comments below. This connects onto the surface with a magnet, so I don't want to stop that, but I can create that tulip effect all around the other side. Now the good thing is that if it's absolute rubbish, I can always peel it off. Use a bit of the soapy water just to get it wet. I'll be able to neaten all that up later on. Just trying to create a bit more of a unique shape to it. This time I also want to keep this front edge flat so it can stick to the machine. Now Sugru do sell some tools. I mean, the last thing I want is for this to have kind of fingerprints all over it. I'd rather something that looked cool, but really I'm more interested in how usable it is. And yes, I'm aware you guys will mock me if I have the most rubbish looking pen on the face of the earth. I think it needs building up with several layers, but there is the premise. Now I know it doesn't look like much at the moment. I think once we come back and once we start cutting down this to make it more of a smoother shape, a better shape, then this will work. After 12 hours 24 hours of going hard, I sculpted it with a scalpel. It looks really rough, but it feels really good in the hand, and that's the main thing. Certainly more ergonomic, and it feels really nice to work with. The button there has a raised profile now. Again, looks a bit rough, but it's 100% more clickable than it was before. You can see via the middle of the button there how low the profile of the button previously was and how hard it was to find. So now I can hold the pen, find that button with my thumb, and use it while drawing. And it's really simple now. So all in all, the experience of it is a lot better, even if it does look a little rough to use. The good thing is, if I want to, I can just add more Sugru or cut it off if I want to. That is a lot better. And I can do this with any brand of stylus as well, not just Surface. Ultimately, it's something that I would like to see Surface actually do with the real stylus and not leave me to have to do. But the good thing is, you can do this to your own Surface pen. What I have had to do here is leave this top edge where the button is flatter than, say, the bottom edge or the other edges. And that's merely because this is the magnetic side where the pen itself connects to the device. So I've left this side right here flatter so it can snap. And that's it. The Sugru was absolutely great for sculpting this stylus. Normally it's only used for repairing iPhone cables and doing other odd jobs. Just did that to show you that obviously you repair iPhone cables. But I had some left over from doing this. You know, there was actually quite a bit left over. I also gave my 3D Total horse a unicorn horn. How snazzy is that? It's a unicorn now. Yeah. I gave one of my vaping mods a little stand. Hey, so it doesn't have to lay down. I also did a couple other little things. But yeah, so I had some left over. Got to play. Anyway, moving on. So this is my last fix. Editor's keys. This is basically a silicone cover for your keyboard. Look at that. How cool is that? You can ball them up, squish them out, fold them, stretch them, whatever. It's basically a cover for your keyboard, and it has all the shortcuts on it for Photoshop. Now this is specially made for the Surface Book, but the one I was just holding up is for the Surface Pro. They also have these for Premiere, for After Effects, for lots of top-notch programs. You can also get them for the MacBook and lots of other things too. They also do fully illuminated keyboards as well. How cool is that? I also have some of these to give away. Ooh la la. Yes, so we'll talk about that at the end of the video. Right. It's pretty simple. All I have to do is put this on and take it off at any point. It isn't adhesive, but because it's silicone, it just kind of grip the keys and stays on there. I should never really have to take these off. The good thing is as well, it kind of keeps your keys nice and clean and should stop any muck and dirt getting in there. The good thing is because it's silicone, you can wash it, and I should even learn new shortcuts because of it. Although me learning shortcuts, what'd you take me for? I'm not an amateur. Oh, okay. There's still some interesting stuff in there that I've never used after 20 years, so everybody can use it. This is pretty awesome. So there you have it. The Surface Book 1 with performance base, with a matte screen protector, the editor's keys cover there, but the main thing, that Surface stylus that's more ergonomically shaped. It has the raised button and absolutely still magnetized. there you go. Yeah. So, absolutely wonderful. Absolutely great. This to me is the main sticking point for me, was the stylus. And the good thing about the matte screen protector is the stylus actually feels better on the screen now that the screen isn't gloss. And this wasn't the best screen protector, this was just one that I had laying around. I could come back and do this with a colour that matches more, but I like the red. The red feels a bit homemade, and yeah, I kind of like that. All the links to everything I've used in the description here. So if you like this, if you just want to do a quick fix with the Sugru, links in the description, the editor's keys, there you go. I'll be doing a giveaway of that. All you have to do is check out my Twitter feed, yeah, and you could grab one of those. All you'd have to do is follow me here on YouTube and Twitter as well, and also follow Editor's Keys, but I will post the official rules, everything on Twitter. So you can do all of these things no matter which Surface device you have, but also this will obviously work on other devices as well. I think all of this is absolutely great, and for me, if we're talking about something like a Surface Book 3, this is exactly what I'd want to see. Obviously a specs bump as well, but this is something that Microsoft could easily do. And that's exactly what I want from them. And let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Is this what you want to see as well? I'm sure it is. Until next time, make sure to comment, make sure to subscribe obviously, and I'll see you later. Have a wonderful day.